Hi and welcome to the pre-match build-up show with myself, Cecil Jee, and my guy James B. I would spud you, but
we have to be careful.
We're going to have to be careful. We're going to be very careful today.
Times, yeah.
But welcome. Obviously, we've got the game today against Chelsea. Big game for us. But before we get into that, I want to say thanks to Nerf for sponsoring us for today's video ahead of the London derby between Arsenal and Chelsea. The two teams got together and did a video using the Nerf blaster in the Nerf Ultra Challenge. Listen, go check it out.
Joe Bear here, and this is the Nerf Ultra Challenge.
Me and Eddie have got experience. We used to play this when we was younger.
I'll let the blaster do the tongs.
Wow, this guy's performing. Oh, where you going, mate? Where you going? Come on, Eddie. Oh! Right, let's go. All he's got to do is blast through. All right, he's on to the next one.
So odd stuff.
Okay, look at the stance.
I've seen B holding it, he doesn't look too comfortable.
Guys, I've set the standard, so yeah.
I think it'll be tough. This is out my comfort zone.
That was wide.
This guy is just missing us. He's doubting me and Eddie.
Eddie!
Hey!
I've known Eddie for a minute. He said you were going to be rubbish.
Me?
Yeah. My gosh.
Check the VAR. I think we'll all be terrible, but I'll be the best of the terrible.
And welcome back. So that was the Nerf Ultra Blaster. Go check it out. We with Charlene, who's downstairs, she had one of those and she had it in the studio, remember? And she was firing it and I was like, oh my God, this thing's a joke. Listen, go get them. I think they're a wicked little toy, especially over this Christmas as well, this period. And before we move on, James, I just want to say, I've said it in our previous videos, listen, Merry Christmas to everyone. I don't know if it's too late to say Merry, because
no, Boxing Day, I feel like Boxing Day and Christmas Day are all part of the...
It's part of the, like,
it's all part of it.
The run, isn't it? Yeah, and obviously, just touching, it's been a tough year. There's been a lot of loneliness, so hopefully the content that we provide is getting you guys through it. And, you know what I mean, there's a lot to come today. It's a big game. I'm not going to be blindly positive, but hopefully we get a win. Right, but let's look at it. Let's go back. Let's go back. It feels like a while ago now, the City match, the cup game. So don't you think it seems like a long time ago? When was it?
Tuesday?
Last Tuesday? Do you know? Yeah, I think Christmas is just literally.
It was. Yeah, it's funny because we for anyone who doesn't know, it's probably pretty obvious. We plan these shows together.
Yeah.
And when we were chatting, we'll normally analyse the game before. And actually, we kind of made the decision not to analyse the City game for various reasons. I mean, the main reason being that it was a very second-string team. Players like Joe Willock won't be playing on the right wing normally. Mustafi Kolasinac won't be in a back three or a back four today, or at least you wouldn't think they would be. Runnison, who we know got a lot of stick for the errors, you wouldn't expect him, even if he'd had a blinding game, to be starting today.
Yeah.
So I think it just wouldn't have really been right to assess that performance properly, especially when a lot of the issues came from, let's be honest, individual mistakes. I mean, the team didn't play well,
yeah,
but City didn't have to really do anything special to beat us anyway, even by that scoreline. And I think I look back on it and I just think it wouldn't really be fair to sort of be using that as a parameter for measuring what we might do today against Chelsea. But it was another really sort of painful defeat. And with the Christmas period, I think people have moved on. You know, in football, things happen very quickly and you normally don't get, I mean, was it Saturday? So we've had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off from that defeat. But football moves really quickly. You know, people moved on. We've had Christmas Day but it was disappointing and the team need to bounce back today.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We're definitely, hopefully, obviously, Marseille did come off injured, but hopefully we do get to see him return today. I think he's very much influential in our team, especially the run we're having. I think he provides something that Arsenal may need today to unlock Chelsea.
Yeah, especially if Aubameyang's not in there.
Oh,
you know, we don't really know what's going on with him.
No, Arteta did say, he did mention about him he's being assessed and he's quite, and then monitoring his injury, but I don't know. I think if he's in, it gives us more hope, more belief. But if he's not, then it is what it is. But before we move on to Chelsea's lineup we've got on the board here, I just want to just take some comments.
Yeah, let's do it.
Arms says Chelsea will slaughter Arsenal. Thank you very much. DT is doing his own watch along from Unknown Elite. Yes, I believe he is today. Arsenal have got two hopes today by Vic Ram. I don't know what that means, but okay. Pete, got some score predictions here. Peter Makosa says 3-0 Chelsea. Can't believe we've lost again. Okay, I don't know what that means, but okay.
He's probably just in the future, like, he's thinking we lost 3-0. He's like, he's predicting 3-0. He's going, but I can't believe it.
Yeah, literally he's planning. It's like time travelled. And when people watch back, they're going to be like, oh, you knew before. Adrian Williams says L incoming. Boy, where's the Arsenal fans? Are there any Arsenal fans in the chat today? Any positivity? You got any positivity going here?
It's Boxing Day. You know, the reason we're not analysing City, and I think we're going to try and approach this with the degree of positivity, is it's Boxing Day. People have had a good festive time.
Yeah. Here's a great comment. Joe445 says Xhaka will play.
There he is.
There he is. Now, we're going to get into this. We're going to get into it later. I'm going to be very frustrated if he starts. But James also believes that Arteta will probably start him today. So
yeah, I think he's going to start.
Yeah, which is a bit worrying. Now, let me quickly just do this last super chat. Thank you, KD, another regular. Thank you very much for joining us. Cecil and James, please tell me the time you guys will do your shows. It's hard to keep up when it's not consistent.
It's a very good question. We were doing the news, so yeah. I mean, let's address this. Actually, we've had a few comments on it over the past weeks. We had the news show, which was a lockdown thing, and as we eased out of lockdown, we weren't working from the studio. That made a lot of sense. Also because it was the international break and stuff like that. Since then, obviously, we've had so much football here. I mean, that's the main thing, really, is that Arsenal have been playing so much. The Christmas schedule's been absolutely packed. So
crazy. It's
not a case of we don't want to. There is just no time for 2 news shows a day. You know, with all the previews and reviews and everything we're doing, AFTV picks have been absolutely mad. But Transfer Daily comes back on the 1st of Jan.
Yep.
So you'll be able to catch Robbie with that every morning. The daily news shows are still happening every evening.
Yep, which we'll be doing.
And you'll see us popping around, but yeah, hopefully we will get that back at some point.
Yeah, KD, thank you for that comment. I mean, it's been absolutely manic here, honestly, and you're going to see later on today how crazy it is right now. But yeah, it's just very full on. We had the news, like you said, we had the daily show, but we scrapped it because lockdowns it came to an end. And then we'll be going back when Transfer Daily starts. We'll be doing the evening show. Robbie will be doing the mornings. There's plenty of content. We'll be doing loads of stuff for the app. We have our own flagship shows and
AFTV VIP. Have you checked out Hours of Touch yet? That was
so there's that as well, but we're not talking about that right now. But but yeah, if you want to check things out, there's loads of coming. Things will be coming onto YouTube as well. And before we move on, I was going to say, completely lost my train of thought.
What were you going to say?
I don't know. Yes, just it's very busy. Things
You're on a promotional roller coaster, and then you just
cuts. But yeah, all right, cool. So let's go into Chelsea's lineup now.
I've got to hear their lineup against West Ham.
Let me look at this because I haven't actually even. I don't even know what's going to happen today.
This is a difficult one to break down, really, because Chelsea have proved themselves to be quite, what's the word, flexible. Okay. They don't necessarily do things one way. Let me just, but now I want to, with this bit of analysis I'm going to do here, guys, I'm very aware that some players are injured, some players aren't available, so I'm sort of just kind of going with their various styles. But here, this is their lineup against West Ham. They had Abraham up top with Werner and Pulisic. Now, what's quite interesting about when they play like this is Werner and Pulisic will make those inside runs. And what you get is someone like Abraham, who's very good.
He's a very versatile striker, Abraham. He's actually... Do you know what? They have such good attacking options. I don't want to compliment Chelsea too much, but I actually think they have a strong team.
They've got real depth.
Yeah.
What Abraham's very good at is playing both the coming to feet role, but going beyond. He's big, he's strong, he's got a good touch, but he can also get beyond. He's also got a bit of skill. He can also deal the ball into the box. Abraham, for me, is not a flawless footballer. He's got a lot of deficiencies in his game, in my opinion, in terms of being at that real star quality level. But he can cause you lots of problems. Let's not forget, he scored the winner at the Emirates last year.
Correct.
When they beat us 2-1, and that came from a lovely, he drops deep, he holds it up, he plays it out wide to Willian. That was the last time he sprinted. I'm joking. We've got our Willian slander out the way earlier this week. But Willian bursted beyond, cut it back to Abraham, who again showed strength, a lovely touch, turn and finish. So he's got that part, the speed to get up the pitch. So he will cause you lots of different problems. Sorry, were you going to say something?
No, I was just saying he's quite an athletic striker. He's a striker I actually am a fan of, in the sense of he's quite versatile. He can hold up the ball. He can do the running and beyond. He has good feet as well for a tall player.
He does.
He has quick feet. I remember him shifting it. I forgot he was against shifting it to one side or dropping a shoulder, and making a player faint and slotting it in. And I was like, wow. Did not expect that from him. Like he's a good versatile striker.
He's a real complete striker.
Yeah. I think but what you said there, like he's not obviously at the world class level yet, but I feel And he's got a future ahead of him.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see some of our young strikers having that sort of prospect, you know what I mean, a future. But, you know, things might change. I just wanted to say as well, things pop back into our mind. It's very cold here today, yeah? Just going to make it very clear. So if you see me do this...
That's not because he's relishing this game against Chelsea. He's like, come on,
Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's because my hands
No, it's because he's freezing.
Downstairs nice and warm. The studio's only just heating up. So just bear with me with that. I won't say that.
If you see him shivering throughout the video.
You see the nostril just start dripping off with ice due to the surroundings right now. So I just want to let you guys know that. And also, I wanted to say, Sky Sports, obviously you're not watching because you're obviously doing your own thing right now. But the liberty they took in putting Giroud and Willian as the promotional photo of the players for the game, they think that, I guess it's good banter, but they're taking the mick, yeah? Allow it, okay? It'd have been alright if Willian was informed, but he
That's jokes.
took the mick.
Right, looking back at Chelsea, so we sort of talk about their front three. I want to go into them in a little bit more detail, but again, this lineup against West Ham, you know, when Jorginho plays, if we just highlight him here, when Jorginho plays, it means that Kante's playing the box-to-box role. Jorginho will always play that role that sits in between the centre-backs, try and get the ball, try and, I don't know, release the forwards in front of him, and Kante will go and press quite high up. But what I think has been really interesting about Chelsea when I watch them is, you know, yes, this is the lineup they had, but you could see something completely different, and I'm just going to try and draw it out here very quickly. Kante could well play as the what youngsters these days called the CDM, the defensive midfielder,
the youngsters,
the youth of today. You know, he might play the CDM. You might see Werner start up front and not off the left, where, you know, he's had a difficult season. Werner, he's kind of playing well, but he's not taking his chances of scoring goals. And with that, you might see Hudson-Odoi come in out on the left. That wouldn't be too surprising. Pulisic, and then who have we got? Where is he? Hakim Ziyech. Now, I don't know if Ziyech's fit, hence I will caveat that by saying I'm not actually sure. Apologies, I should have done my research on that. But what I'm saying is they've got that versatility. And when you've got that, the runs are actually being made by Werner, and you've got someone like Ziyech who drops quite central into those spaces, along with Pulisic, and you kind of got the runner of Werner and Chilwell getting forward. Again, Chilwell, I'm not sure if he's fit. But what I'm saying is Chelsea can offer you lots and lots of different problems. And to add to that, if that wasn't enough, Zuma has been really good from set pieces. So Arsenal are going to have their work cut out for them today.
Yeah,
they really are.
Do you worry about Werner? Like, do you worry? Obviously, I've seen a lot of his inconsistency in his finishing. Like, however, he gets so many opportunities. It's like, you may miss, but you may score.
I tell you why I worry about him, because even if he's not scoring goals, I worry that he's going to get in those positions and give me those heart-and-mouth moments. He's going to get in front of goal. He's going to stretch our defence. He's going to beat a man or two because he's skillful enough and quick enough to do it. So, yeah, I do worry about Werner. Up against Maitland-Niles, I really fancy Maitland-Niles. I think he could do a job. That is if Bellerin doesn't come into the team. So, yes, it's going to be very, very fascinating. But that's kind of, in a nutshell, at a very basic level, I think what Chelsea are really all about is that kind of, they can attack in many different ways.
Yeah.
They do have, it's not like Liverpool, who I think it's about the high press and getting the ball to Mane and Salah. With City, again, it's about feeding Aguero, it's about the low crosses into the box, it's about defending the wide spaces. I don't think there's an obvious way to stop Chelsea, but maybe because of that lack of obvious identity is why sometimes they come out and they don't always click. Chelsea don't always turn up, they're not always at their best. They will lose 2 games in a row away at Wolves and Everton because maybe sometimes there is that inconsistency. So, yeah, a very interesting team, Chelsea. Really fascinating side. Good
Agreed.
side,
Now, I'm going to take some comments. Do you know what? Yeah, I keep seeing this. The banter club thing. Like, we're a joke club. And it used to really offend me.
Yeah.
But at times now, I'm just like, now I'm just like, there's so many laughable things. You're just like, like.
No,
at times, it's like,
I agree, you've got to take it on the chin right now. We're 15.
Yeah,
We might even be lower now. I don't even know.
Oh, mate, it's not good. Oba is not 100% fit, says Sariram Suresh. People are saying questioning Martinelli. Luis Abraham said Martinelli, if he's fit, I think he's questioning. People are saying tier 4. Yes, we're in tier 4, but we're abiding to social distancing rules like the people you see on TV. It's exactly the same here. Don't you worry about that. We've got a super chat coming. I just want to quickly say, people are asking about, how do I say the manager's name? Tuchel?
Oh, Thomas Tuchel.
Thomas Tuchel. Now, I know everyone's asking about him. We're going to give our opinions. I mean, if Arteta loses this game, when I take after Super Chat, I want you to answer this, James. If Arteta loses this game, then is that it for him, or do you give him until Brighton? And would you take Thomas I'm terrible with names.
Tuchel.
Tuchel.
So, I think there's two questions here. Would I pull the plug on Arteta if I was the owner? Really sadly, admittedly, I don't really want to say it, but yeah, I think I would because it's got so bad. And I said it after Burnley, and I don't want to flip-flop. Like, I don't want to put an opinion out there and then a week later go, actually, I didn't mean it.
You're a rat.
Exactly.
Say you're a rat.
I do think I got to that stage, and it's very easy before a match when you got hope we might win today, all that.
Yeah.
You've got to actually almost after a game, even though it's quite heated, is almost when you do your best thinking, is when you're feeling the emotion of it and you're like, I don't want to feel that way anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that is why I would pull the plug. But in terms of whether the board would and Edu and Vinay and whoever is making that decision, I don't think they will straight after this. If we lost 4-5-0 again, yeah, I mean, I think it becomes inevitable. But I don't think they would, simply because they've been really keen on giving him January.
Yeah, saying they're backing him.
I don't think losing today puts us in the relegation zone, even if other results go our way. I think there still needs to be a couple more games, a few more defeats before we get that.
No, I actually think if we lose today and lose against Brighton, we're in the bottom. I'm sure.
Yeah, but I mean, it won't happen today.
No, it won't happen
today. I think it sounds awful, and where are our standards as a club? I get that, but I'm just saying where I think they are. I think they want to back Arteta as much as they can, to the point where as long as you're staying in the division, that's kind of enough for us, which sounds mental.
Yeah.
But I kind of think that's where they are at the moment, till they give him the January window, till they ship out these players in the summer who are due to leave. But I do think that the availability of Thomas Tuchel, now that's not me saying I want him. I'm very careful about that. I'm not saying I want Thomas Tuchel to manage Arsenal. If I'm honest, I don't really know enough about him to have a strong opinion. Something in my gut tells me I don't want him to manage Arsenal.
Same actually.
But to answer the question, I think him being available does put pressure on Arteta. I do actually believe that. I do believe that Edu and Vinay, before, it's very easy to go, well, who do we get?
Yeah.
Well, Arteta, well, who do we get? And that's one of the big reasons that managers stay in a job so long.
Yeah.
Because Benitez, is he gettable? Rodgers and Hasenhüttl probably aren't gettable right now.
Poch
Maybe
isn't now
maybe
as well.
the summer. Poch isn't, although never really was. Maybe.
I was dreaming.
Yeah, I know. But now there's a real manager who took Mainz to 5th in the Bundesliga. I think got a record high points total for finishing second place with Dortmund, and competed very well with Bayern Munich. And now has got PSG to the Champions League final, had the best win percentage of any manager in French Ligue 1 history. Are Arsenal really going to turn their noses up at him? I'm not sure. I think that's the kind of manager they'd love. He's got the communication. He speaks the language very well. He's got an identity of football, this high press sort of typically German style of football.
Yeah.
I don't know, but then I'm not an expert. That's what it looks like to the outside. Maybe he won't be that.
Yeah. Okay. Jack M, thank you for your super chat. Jack M, he says, can you explain why Robbie picked Xhaka in his team?
No.
I honestly have no clue, Jack.
Robbie.
That's on full on Robbie. When he's next on, you ask him that. He should never put the shirt on again, Jack says. That's very, very, very harsh, but
strong. But I
strong.
said similar things. I did say similar things.
JSF7 super chat. My good pals Dixon Cider and Barry. No, am I going to get caught out here?
I think yeah.
Dixon.
I think he's trying to figure it out.
I don't know the second name, but yeah, JSF. I think you're trying to. You know what? Come on, you Gunners. That's all he said. I would have.
All that. Come on, you Gunners. Right. Should we get back?
Yeah, you just get back onto the analysis.
Okay, I'm going to take over here. Once Cecil works,
I'm going to work out this name because I just want to make sure, but it's going to be a bit of a mad one.
Oh, brilliant! Right.
How did we beat them in the final? That's the question.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about that.
That was our last encounter with Chelsea. We beat them. We beat them in our last match. And I thought last year, over the 3 encounters, we were good for victories in 2 of them for sure, including the final. He's still there figuring it out.
Yeah,
Are you okay?
I actually am. Very...
Okay.
Oh, I can't. Sorry, I should focus. Let me focus.
We were good for the victory at Wembley. I think we should have beaten at the Emirates. I thought we were very unfortunate that day. I was there that game. I thought we battered them, to be honest, not in terms of maybe chances created, but being on the front foot, playing our football, sort of having the initiative. And then obviously we went to Stamford Bridge, go down to 10 men, but still managed to claw 2 goals back, which I thought was really impressive as well. These are the lineups in that final. Now, I just want to show you a little bit how we lined up. You figured?
Just, yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm with it. The comments, thank you comments for helping me out. It's quite funny.
Are they helping you out? Are people messaging you going?
They're telling me what it means. It's quite funny.
You're the worst.
Terrible.
Okay.
Right, back to this analysis.
So, this was how we lined up. We had the back three holding Louise Tierney. We had Maitland-Niles as a left wing back with Bellerin.
Yep.
Obviously, Xhaka Ceballos. Aubameyang, Lacazette and Pepe. Now, what was very interesting about their positionings were Lacazette always played as the 10, dropped in very deep, as you can kind of see there by the shape of that front three. And Aubameyang and Pepe were very narrow. The example I like to think of is the goal that was disallowed. We were 1-0 down. I think we pulled it back to 1-1, but the ball was played Ceballos played it forward to Maitland-Niles, who was offside, and that's why it was disallowed. But he came back, played it to Aubameyang, who passed it to Pepe, who swung it in the top corner.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that was disallowed because of Maitland-Niles' offside. What I loved was that we had a line of players trying to break the line. Ceballos playing forward passes. We had Aubameyang, who was very central. We found Pepe very central. And that was all very good. But this was our shape
in attack
when we did have the ball.
Yeah.
So you got it there. Tierney obviously moved out. Maitland-Niles came into midfield. Aubameyang had a very flexible role. I mean, as I said, he played very central, but in a lot of ways he dropped wide as well. And what we basically did, if I just move it on a little bit, is we defended like this. So what we basically had was our back five, Aubameyang, Pepe very tacked in as a midfield forward, Xhaka and Ceballos, but Mount and Pulisic were causing us all sorts of problems, mainly Pulisic, and when he went off, that was, you never wish injury on anyone, but it was a blessing for Arsenal, because he was the engine room for Chelsea. He was the one making everything happen. Mason Mount as well, getting into very similar positions. I think there are a few situations where he should have done a bit better. Maybe there was a through ball he could have made or whatever. So we struggled to deal with them at first, especially in that first 10 minutes. But we did get a lot better. And then here we are, that's them really camped in our half. Giroud was obviously trying to play off them. It was his flick to Pulisic that got the first goal. It was that ball inside, that caused all the problems for the first goal. But then if I just move it here, you might have missed that. But what I've basically shown is when we counted, we had, well, not even just when we counted, but when we were playing in our half, we had 2 out balls. The first was that Maitland-Niles to Aubameyang. I'm just going to take that back a second. Was that Maitland-Niles making the run in field when Aubameyang had pulled wide.
Yeah.
That was the first, and we got in behind them a few times. And as I've mentioned with that Pepe disallowed goal, it came from Maitland-Niles getting in that space.
I think this is where us playing down the left kind of was favoured Arsenal a lot of the time. A lot of the goals in the cup finals were from us breaking quickly from their opposition attack and going down that left. And I think this is where it all started began.
The penalty came from this exact movement we're going to see here. Now I'm just moving them back. Obviously they weren't running backwards, but it was that ball where you'll see Maitland-Niles is running out wide, Aubameyang's making the run over the top, and it's Tierney who's picked out that pass.
Yeah.
And what I quite like about that, I'm just going to show it to you one more time and pause it. What I liked about that was we had a foot race between Aubameyang and Azpilicueta, and you fancy Aubameyang every single day.
Yeah.
Now we've not found a way of unlocking Aubameyang and that pace and that movement for a while now. So when people say we need to see him up front, we've called for it. Me and you have called for Aubameyang to play up front. But that's only because he's feeding off scraps and the team aren't doing what they can do from that left-hand side. And I almost feel like Maitland-Niles gives us that balance out there where he can come into central midfield much more naturally. We'll see what we get today, but I just thought it was interesting looking back at that cup final and seeing kind of what worked for us.
Perfect. James, thank you for breaking it down for us. That actually is very intriguing. Whether we can replicate it today, it's another question.
Do you think we'll see the back three?
Yeah, do you know what? I think we have to. I just don't know who goes in there right now, if I'm completely honest. I think we do see the back three. I just don't know who fills that position. Now, there's a lot of comments.
Of course.
It's a lot of spam.
Of course.
A lot of worried about DT.
Okay.
Someone said he's only human after all. But
Well, of course, obviously, we're wishing TT all the best.
we are. He is. He has been. He has been ill recently, and he is currently resting and isolating. And you'll probably see him on his watch long as well. But yeah, yes. But everyone's saying free DT. I think there's gonna be a lot of free people today, but we'll get to that later on. KD says a super chat of, really wish we turn up today. Unlike the first 14 games. Come on, you Gunners, bro.
Yeah, I feel that.
In all seriousness, right? I really, really hope we get a win today. And do you know what's annoying, right? I keep saying when we get a win, we can kickstart the season, but we're in December.
Yeah.
And I'm saying kickstart the season in December. It's a joke.
We are a
It's
month
embarrassing.
behind. Like, where we are now is probably equivalent to beginning of December rather than the end, in terms of the amount of games played. So there is that to factor. But yes, I agree. I mean, at some point, the form needs to turn around. And it starts today, but how do we beat them?
Yeah, we don't know. Listen, let's go into what you and I will probably want to see today. Guys, also, I think we should have to get in your 11s, start, the comments a lot of spam, but while we do this section, get in your 11s, we'll build them, we'll see who you want to play today, and we'll see if we can break it down. Obviously, we've got Chelsea, it's going to be a tough game, we'll see. I want to know what you guys want to see out there, because I don't personally, as harsh as it sounds, don't want to be targeting players, but I don't want to really see Xhaka and Bellerin start over their form and how they've been playing recently, but people are saying that, they're probably going to be involved. All right, let's go into what
think,
you want to see today.
I think one of them will be. Now, before I do the 11 I'd like to see, I'll be honest, this is what I think we will see. I think we'll see these personnel here, that in defence, as we've seen numerous times, look like that. I think we're going to see the same hybrid 3-4-3 he's been playing.
No Luis, no?
No, I think he's really liked Holding recently.
Interesting.
I think he'll bring Willian back in, as he didn't feature at all against City. And I think Willian performs a positional and defensive function that Arteta really likes. Now, this isn't a dig. This is not a dig. I personally don't know what it is that Willian offers that Pepe doesn't. But I'm also willing to accept that there must be something. Because Pepe is the kind of player who can cut inside and put the ball in the top corner.
Yeah.
He can make things happen. He's very talented, Nicolas Pepe, in doing that, even when he's having a bad game. Willian doesn't really have that, or at least he hasn't for a few years, really. So I do watch that and I think, well, so what are you keeping in the team for? There must be some sort of systematic function. There must be something he does for the formation, the build-up that Arteta really enjoys. And then I think Granit Xhaka will be back. I think Saka will play as the left wing-back. I think Maitland-Niles will keep his place. And I think Holding will be in there too. I mean, the thing is now, the way Arsenal are, you can pick out every player and start saying, this is a surprise, this is a surprise, that's a surprise. But I do think Martinelli will start if he's fit as well.
Yeah.
And that's the 11 I think will start.
Do you guys agree with this? I want to know, because I don't know about Holding, but I think that might be me. That might be because of my preference.
Should we build your 11? Should we build the 11 you'd like to see?
Let's go, put that for, let's leave it here.
Yeah.
Gabriel for Holding, but then swap. Ooh.
Yeah. You want that, basically? Yes.
Okay. Yes. I'm going to go with what I think, as well as what Arteta might take Bellerin out. No offence. But,
Maitland-Niles or Cedric?
Maitland-Niles deserves to be in there.
Okay.
He does.
Okay.
Cedric, don't get me wrong, Cedric hasn't done anything wrong. Guys, we're going to build your 11 straight after this, so get them in now because I'm going to struggle with this. Nketiah has to come out for... Let's put Martinelli in there.
Wow. Martinelli up front.
Yeah, and take Aubameyang on for Willian.
You think Aubameyang will be fit?
Do you know what? I'm just going with what I feel... Yeah. He might not be fit, but this is what I want to see. I actually think Lacazette might have to come on.
It's very unprofessional of me, but I'm going to have a little look now.
And find out. Okay.
Yeah,
so I actually think, I'd put Martinelli on the right, I'll put Lacazette up top, don't worry about changing it. And then, I'll be happy with what was left on the board. Now, I'm going to go into the comments of you guys. Denko's, I hope I'm saying that right, says no Rob Holding, no way near that defence. Marwan Hassan says, please not Nketiah. Kerr Bundle 97 says Cedric.
They're saying major doubt on Aubameyang.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to start.
That's why I knew somewhere in my head I was thinking, I'm not 100% sure, I don't know why, because terms like major doubt are really annoying. Do you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't tell me anything. Anyway, all right, well.
Right, let's build, we're going to move on from this. Let's build fans 11. So let's start with Yasir Ahmed. He says, there's no formation here. Make sure you guys put your formations as well. We'll try and work out from here. Ooh.
Well, what we got?
Runnison in goal.
Okay.
Holding Mustafi. Bro, right. Yasir, yeah? This is, listen, you can't, I'm just going to pick you apart just a little bit to begin with. This is a Premier League game. We are currently sitting 15th. We need a win, but...
Holding Mustafi and who?
Kolasinac and Bellerin.
Okay.
El Neni and Xhaka in the midfield.
Oh God, this is a nightmare. Hold on.
So, guys...
Not the team, me building it.
We need your strongest 11 that you think can beat Chelsea today. It's going to reiterate the point of what we're doing here. So, Yasir has Runnison in goal, Holding, Mustafi, Kolasinac and Bellerin.
Yeah.
Then in the midfield, he has El Neni and Xhaka.
Yeah.
With Willock, I believe, in front. Mm-hmm. And then, or in the three. Actually, no, he'll probably be in front. And then Willian, Pepe, and Nketiah.
William's not there. Oh my God.
So we're going to, I mean, that is a good one to start on. I don't need to pick it apart because, I mean, the comments are. So, Leon started last. Michelle Frizzly said,
let's take a good look at this.
I would play
quickly.
Sorry, it's a quick super chat. I would play a 5-3-2 Leon style from last season. Thank you for that. 5-3-2. I wouldn't be angry at that. Right, this now. This screen.
It's a no from me.
Yeah, this.
But I could see Arteta playing something like this. The players from this that I could see being in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if that was what he thinks will start, that wouldn't surprise me actually too much. But surely Leno's
people saying it's a troll team, but I'm just saying that is a road to relegation team in my opinion. Sorry, no offense to
the road to relegation.
That is this, bro.
This team, man.
This is mad, isn't it? Right.
All right. Cool.
Don't want to say the name, but we're gonna do. Begins with a K. We're gonna do your lineup. Leno in goal.
Oh, we got Leno's called back.
Yep, he's been brought back.
Made return. Yeah.
Maitland-Niles, Louise, and Gabriel, and Tierney in the back four.
That is a completely new back four.
Is it?
Yeah.
So it was definitely a troll team. The last one. Listen, that's what we do. We build your guys' teams 11. I know it may be a troll team, but cool. There's plenty of trolls in the chat today. I'm surprised the Chelsea fans aren't here yet.
Okay, yeah.
So then we got Ceballos and Xhaka in the midfield.
Yeah.
With Lacazette in the number 10 role.
Yeah.
And then Martinelli, Aubameyang and Pepe. Does that work? That does work.
It does, it's good.
Ooh, I like this one. Bar Xhaka, I like this one. No offence, it's all opinion based. I just don't think he's earned his right to be back in the team yet. But I wouldn't be angry at this.
There we go.
This is, I would probably...
That's very, I mean, I'll tell you what, one thing this team has lacked is goals, but these players have goals in them.
Yeah. Well, we hope. No, we're joking. They do. They do. So I shouldn't banter. I'm trying to be... I need to get positive today, but... You know what I mean?
I hate you.
I'm sorry. It's a mad day.
On their day,
yes,
those four score goals.
Correct. Well put. Right. TD Shifts, another regular. Thank you for your super chat. Going to read out your 11 here. 3-4-3 formation.
Okay.
Start with Leno in goal.
Yep.
Louise, Gabriel, and Mari.
Okay.
Am I annoyed at that? I'm not annoyed at that.
Do you know what I was seeing a lot of on Twitter today? Calls for Callum Chambers to play.
Oh, Chambers. Chambers.
A few people calling for that. So interesting to see that. I do think we need a shake-up at centre-back.
Chambers.
Anyway, what's next?
Sorry, I forgot about him.
Chambers.
The Chambers of secrets. I'm joking.
the rest of the team.
Tierney, Cedric in the fullback positions. Yeah, then AZ Maitland-Niles and Ceballos.
Maitland-Niles, Ceballos.
TD Shifts has actually done 2 teams here, but we're going to go with the first one.
Okay, yeah.
Ceballos, what did I say? AZ Maitland-Niles and Ceballos in midfield with Martinelli, Pepe and Aubameyang.
There you go. That's your team.
That's quite a, I think that's quite a regular occurrence here. People want to see Pepe over Willian.
And a lot of people want to see Maitland-Niles in midfield as well. Is what I'm seeing. So,
everyone's saying Pepe, no Willian. What, guys, what, you're not rating Willian?
The real shocks here
I don't blame you.
are these decisions there. Maitland-Niles in midfield and Mari. But I'd love to see it. Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the pre-match build-up show. Thank you for tuning in to us on Boxing Day. I hope you had a lovely Christmas. Everyone here at AFTV wants to wish you a Merry Christmas as well. Stay tuned, because up next we have the starting 11, then the watch-along, then the fan cams. You know how it goes. Aftermath show as well. How can I forget Pippa and Charlene? So make sure you keep it posted here at AFTV, and we'll see you in a bit.